you guys remember that movie?
What movie is that?
Look Who's Talking. That movie was ridiculous. It had that scene in the beginning with the sperms and like Welcome to Simply Amazing. Hey guys. I am Lisa, aka the OG Nocturne. That's Nocturne with a night, like in German, like Nachturne. One day I'm going to get my real name back, so I don't. Well, I'm still going to spell it. I mean, whatever. Anyway, and of course, I have my beautiful, fantastic, wonderful, absolutely fantastic co-host over here.
What's up, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood by Lauren, and I am super excited for the guest on this episode because this person lives with me and has to deal with me almost every single day of their life.
God bless.
So if you wonder what it's like living with me, this person can tell you. This is my sibling, Skylar. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Skylar. It's very annoying to live with you.
Oh Lord, I only have to deal with her for like 2 hours once a week, so like I can't even imagine living with her.
And you still compliment me so much. There's no way I'd ever get that many compliments from this one.
No, I never give you compliments.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, sometimes when you've earned them.
I have to earn them.
Oh, the shade.
So, Skylar, I asked you specifically to come on because specifically the night we recorded this, actually, you came to me with this pitch right before we were eating dinner. And I was like, this is a pitch that I think we should talk about. So tell me about it.
So just for a little background on this, as we all know, Mystique and Destiny are a couple, and Destiny is Irene Adler. And it's actually been canon confirmed that she is the Irene Adler from the Sherlock Holmes stories.
Mm.
Yeah, and so actually beyond that, it was also implied very heavily that Mystique is Sherlock. Sherlock was one of her personas that she used. And so I was thinking, when I found that out, I realized I really want to read like a limited series that goes into explicit detail about what they did and just how they went about their lives during that era of just the Sherlock times.
I love it. I want it. Give it to me.
Yes, I want it very badly too.
I think that's a very sexy pitch. And at this point, now that Destiny is back and she's so important, I don't see why you wouldn't do that, especially if it's a limited series. How many issues would it need, though? 5, 10, 8?
I think 8 would be like a solid number.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give or take an issue or two, depending on what specifically you end up landing on for the story.
Let's start with 8 and let's keep going. I mean, if we want to keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
I don't think we gotta stop.
Yeah, I think 8 is a good starting point for that.
So who would you want to write this? And any artists in mind as well? I mean, I'm a sucker for just the idea of Claremont writing it because he wanted so badly to throw these two together. But there's also some other really good writers that could probably do them.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to see Claremont take a stab at it since he's been very attached to them as a couple since he started writing them as characters. But I mean, I would also appreciate, I've been really enjoying Stephanie Phillips' work.
Oh my
lately.
God. Yes. Oh my gosh. Please come write X-Men, Stephanie. Stephanie, I please.
I know Jonathan Hickman is leaving, but he's been doing some really pleasing work with Mystique and Destiny lately. So if he wanted to come back and give it a stab, I would be here for it.
Yeah, he's leaving, but he's kind of said he's willing to come back, to kind of once, they're ready to move on to the next portion of the story, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the Inferno Solicits describe the story as Hickman's first mystery, which implies that there's gonna be more at some point, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Hickman's gonna let someone else, if he has any chance to, right? He's not gonna let somebody else finish this grand X-Men thing he's created for all these years, and will go on for at least a couple more, if not longer years, But yeah, I think that's a really cool idea, and I think it would be a really nice flashback, and you could tie in some historical stuff. So actually, Stephanie Phillips is a really good choice. She likes the historical fiction a lot. She'd be a really good choice for that. What about you, Lisa? Like, who are you thinking that might be good to write it, other than Claremont, obviously?
I don't know. I don't have a preference for a writer. I just want someone who has a passion for the project to take it on, like, my whole thing is like, I don't really have any kind of connection to Sherlock or the Sherlock stories. So I would want someone who, does, have that, or has that interest in that, like to do that. As far as artist, I mean, I don't know. This might just be me like being super like, influenced by the now, but Phil Jimenez is just blowing me away right now with Wonder Woman Historia.
Yes.
And oh my god! And I mean, he might be like beyond this, but like, oh my god, I can't with him.
I mean, how can you be beyond the number one couple, as you have said, not just the number one Sappho couple, the number one couple in all of Marvel? How can you be above that? You can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, his stuff is just so gorgeous. It is so freaking gorgeous. Yeah, I'm just down for the whole idea. It's like you said, it's definitely something Claremont wanted to deal with. When Claremont was writing New Exiles, he included Mystique as a male character, which had been a plan he had for a long time. Like, he had played with the idea of, Mystique as a character who would prefer presenting as male rather than female. And I mean, I love a story that goes back in time and talks about the X-Men. For me, that was one of the most enchanting things about X-Men First Class, like the movie, was I loved that it was a period piece. I love a period piece. Who doesn't love a good period piece? Let's go back in time. Let's tell a story that goes back in time. One of my favorite things about the Fabian Nicier's Gambit series of the late 90s, early 2000s was they went back in time. They went back to the 1800s and they went to see Sinister, and it was really weird. But read it. It's weird. Sinister's a gynecologist. It's weird.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I forgot about that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that series. It's a great series. But that whole part is weird. But I fucking love it. I love it. Anyway, yeah, no, I think it would be great. I would love every minute of being able to explore these two characters in this entirely new way. And you know what it also reminds me of? It reminds me of the Mystique series that came out with Brian K. Vaughan a couple years ago. Well, a couple years ago. It was like almost 2 decades ago.
Yeah, it was in 2000, right?
Yeah, where she was like a special agent working for Xavier, and she had short pack, little guy.
Yeah, for Professor Gaslighter. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the Xavier thing notwithstanding, it was a great series. It was a really good series.
Yeah, and you mentioned the going back in time and stuff, and Mystique dressing as or shapeshifting to a male form, and that Claremont also did that. There's a short series, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it deals with Kay going back in time, and you actually see Raven take on a male form there in public so that she can actually be with Irene, and it's socially acceptable. So like Claremont actually did get to do that, even though like it was directly on the page, but it was also not. Like, it was on the page, but it still wasn't said they were romantic, even though it was pretty damn clear. Like, Claremont like found a way to get that past the editorial, because this was still, I think, the 90s or so. But yeah, I would love to just explore that. I mean, just imagine all the like action and weird stuff and mystery you could do with them, and then the yearning and stuff. Oh, it would be so good. It'd be so good.
Oh yeah. I like how you mentioned about Claremont getting stuff past editorial. Like, we mentioned this in a previous episode. Even though they never could say that they are together, they still were shown very intimate in a lot of ways. But on top of that, Rogue called them both mama. So that got past editorial.
Yeah, well, and also there's the fact that, like, because back then, back in, like, the 80s, you had to, like, you couldn't just look things up on the internet. You had to take the time and effort to, like, check out dictionaries and, like, translating dictionaries at the library and go through all these different things. And so he actually slipped in, several other characters, like referring to Mystique and Destiny as each other's Lemon, which is basically an archaic way of saying lover.
Mm-hmm.
And because you had to go through like all the effort of going and just looking at all these different dictionaries, it slipped past editorial because they couldn't just quickly look it up on the internet.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
He put so much effort into trying to make sure that it was as canon as possible.
I love that, and all I could think as you said that was Alexa Play Lover by Taylor Swift. Like,
well, careful, I have an Alexa right here.
Yeah, one day I'm going to call on it during the podcast, and it's going to hear me.
It has happened. It has happened several times.
So I have a question. So with this limited series, right? Would you want this to be something that when it's written, it would be in canon, meaning it could actually work for that, or do you want more like an AU? Because, I'd love for it to be canon, but at the same time, if you did an AU, you could have like a whole different reality where like they actually had Rogue and Curtis kids and stuff, or all these crazy different things. Or would you want it more rather to be canon? What do you think, Skylar?
Well, I mean, in regards to like Kurt and Rogue, it wouldn't really matter because Sherlock is set in like the 20s or 30s, so that's a little bit too early.
Well, I mean, that's what an AU would be. If
yeah.
you do an AU, they could pretend they somehow had those kids or got them, whatever, in that time period.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking something in canon, but honestly, if it's an AU, I'm okay with that too. I think that would be very fun. I just want to read it, man. So yeah, I was thinking canon, but if it happens and it's an AU, I'm here for it too. Shit, that might actually even be more fun to read, because then it's it's exploring even more aspects that you couldn't in canon.
If it's an AU, that means Tom Taylor could write it, and he's very good at AUs. So, Mr. Taylor, I'm just saying, you could write this too.
I just had my own idea for an AU. Imagine this. Take WandaVision and The Crown, but it's about Mystique and Destiny raising their children through like the decades.
I'm here for it. Honestly, that would be a great limited series too. Part of it is in the Sherlock era. That could be one part of it. You have an issue or two where they're in that time period, and then you just keep progressing. Lisa, you've done it. You've done it.
Thank you.
Gavel. Bang the gavel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Judge
Marvel,
Lisa here. She's done it again.
We need that afternoon, Marvel. Pencil us in.
Marvel, we're gonna need a weekend at this point. We've got so many ideas. We have so much money for you to make.
Yes. And for
Did I
us
say
to
so
also
much
make
money or so many money?
I don't know.
I meant much money. I'm so sorry if I said so many money.
You'll find out when you edit this.
That's true.
money.
Man, I
have no idea.
I don't even care if I get paid for my ideas. I just want them to happen.
Amen. I agree. Care. I don't need to get paid either. Just make them happen, please.
Just make them happen. I just want it to happen.
Yes, I agree.
I think this pitch is amazing. It's approved officially on this podcast. This is a simply amazing pitch, Skylar. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
Oh my God, thank you, bestie.
Fucking hate you, bestie.
Well, you heard it here You heard it here first, folks. Certified, simply amazing.
Yes! First pitch on the show, certified simply amazing. Congratulations, Skylar.
Oh my god, thanks.
Dun, 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 dun,
Where's my award, Lauren?
I was going to say, we need to make a trophy. Lisa,
well,
help.
Wait, what? Now I'm the trophy person too? Okay, all right. Officially, this is over. This is done. We'll see.
Congratulations, Skylar. Thank you so much for being here and saying all these great things about Mystique and Destiny.
Oh my god, thank you for having me.
Yes, we're definitely going to kidnap you later because who is that other person you really love?
Rogue.
Yes. We will be kidnapping.
Amazing.
Yes, so those of you that are like, okay, we love Nightcrawler, but also Rogue is his sister. Why haven't you talked about her yet? She's coming, guys.
She's coming.
Don't worry. And Lisa, thank you for putting up with me and Skylar as siblings. And
it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolutely. And yeah, of course, if you like this, if you enjoy us, please rate, review us, and follow us wherever you like us. You can find us at our website, simplyamazingpod.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at simplyamazingpod. That's simply AMZING pod. We're also the same on Instagram, and we're Nightcrawlers on Facebook. And Lauren, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at friendlymBHDBI. Come find me there. And Skylar, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Blue Skies My Guys. I have not posted in a long time because I've been stressed about school, but come attack me in my DMs.
Skylar will do every once in a while when they are not stressed with school, they will do amazing live tweets of reading old X-Men issues, like old Uncanny X-Men and stuff like that. So you guys definitely should follow because once school is over soon, they hopefully will do more of those, and it's very entertaining.
Love that journey for you. I love it. Sounds amazing.
Yes, it's amazing. Lisa, where can we find you?
So you can find me at the OG Nocturne. That's NACHTURNE on Instagram or on Twitter. I'm sorry. And just plain old Nocturne on Instagram. That's NACHTURNE. That's correct. And like I said, just come on over, follow us. Oh, we are doing lots of exciting things on our Discord and our Twitter and everything. So please come find us there. And don't ever forget, please, as you are hanging out and solving mysteries with your van and your friends and your stoner buddy and their dog. I know it's not Sherlock, it's Scooby-Doo, but whatever. I told you I don't read Sherlock. Don't forget that you are simply amazing.